This is now time to rank every single footballing podcast. And this actually stemmed completely away from the club. It stemmed from Cal Freezy on his podcast talking about UK football podcasts and where each one ranks. And he had a lot to say about SDS, which as you guys might know, is a podcast I'm a part of. Sharky Does Sports. And he said that SDS is closer to Pitchside in terms of football ball knowledge than it is the club. And the example he gave was Faisal's take on Bellingham last year. Boy, that shit ruined the credibility of our podcast apparently. Sharky had a lot to say about it. Pitchside had a lot to say about it. And now evidently so did the club. But we are going to rate every single football podcast in the UK today. If we're being completely honest here, for the most part, if you are tuning into any of our podcasts, you are not going in with the maximum expectancy to be hearing groundbreaking football analysis. I'm gonna be honest. You're going to be entertained. And I think that has to be taken into account as well when we're ranking these podcasts, right? When it comes to ball knowledge, none of us have played the sport at an elite level. None of us are ex-professional players. I would say a few of us definitely understand the game to a decent level, know how to articulate ourselves, give some, whether it's groundbreaking or not, it can be educational tactical analysis at times, but none of us are claiming to be like football geniuses here. If you are watching these podcasts, you're mostly coming for entertainment, right? I'm not an egomaniac here to think like, oh, guys are coming on SDS to see what groundbreaking analysis Lyes is going to do on the center backs and the right back in possession. I'm not that deluded, guys, right? But at the same time too, no one wants to go on a podcast where these guys are just like talking nonsense the whole time. I think the key to a great footballing podcast is having a healthy balance. Filthy Fellas. A lot of people think that like there's like a rivalry between Filthy Fellas and SDS. And like, first of all, let me say this loud and clear. When I was in New York, driving my car to and from work, listening to podcasts, Filthy Fellas was my podcast to listen to. So I got no shame in admitting that I'm an OG Filthy Fellas fan, bro. I love the content that they make. And more importantly, I like the content that they made from the start. Well, I start off the thing by kind of saying we listen to these guys for entertainment, right? Football podcasts, we're not coming on here for groundbreaking analysis. And with Filthy Fellas, you know what you get. Bro, it's just vibes and jokes for the entire podcast. And recently, they've upped the levels a bit more too with interviews with players that you're not really seeing from any other, like Troy Deeney, for example. They were kind of like the Mikel Antonio. Who's the guy that they got on recently? Kazim Richards. Like, who's interviewing these guys? Filthy Fellas. They're giving them the platform, talking about the stories that you don't really hear anywhere else. One thing I would say about Filthy Fellas, I feel like sometimes, me personally, just saying this, I feel like at times before, you got a bit more football talk than you do now. That's just my opinion. I feel like sometimes now, first 20, 30 minutes at times, you won't even get like a proper introduction to the video. It's just vibes, jokes. And I get it. That's the point of the show. But there are some times I do wish it could be more football talk. I get that's not their expertise, but that's just maybe my only criticism. But when it comes to kind of being people who paved the way, most of these podcasts probably don't exist without Filthy Fellas kind of being the first ones to do it, showing that you don't have to be an ex-professional to talk about football on a big platform and get people to listen to you. So I don't think I can really make an honest list without probably putting them at the best because they are the OGs. And when you look at the views that they still do, the subscriber count, the guests that they have, another thing about Filthy Fellas that I like a lot is that they have such a huge cast. And it's a bit different to SDS, right? Because we have a revolving cast. We have 4 people on at a time. You'll never see, unless it's a live show, the entire cast together at once. They have the entire cast together at once. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes it can result in too much yelling back and forth, but I also think like it almost makes it like it's like, yo, a family get together. Everyone's just talking over each other. Everything is just vibes. And the reason I even mentioned that point is because you have so many different voices and so many different opinions, I think it makes the podcast a bit fresher rather than just hearing the same 3 voices or same 4 voices every single time. So I like that aspect about them as well too. Yeah, they just paved the way for everybody and still going strong. I agree, bro. So I'm going to put Filthy Fellas at first. James and Flav, my boys. James, let me tell you this right now. James Lawrence Alcott, for me, is the best football YouTuber there is, in my humble opinion. I think this guy is absolutely genius, bro. The thought and the effort and the timing that he puts into his video and his content is ridiculous, man. And you think you know it watching as a fan, but then when you get to know him as well, like I have been lucky to the last few months and like seeing the process that goes on in his head before it actually becomes a reality, man, he's a legend, bro. Honestly, top guy. I was a massive fan of James, again, kind of coming up as well too, and to kind of meet him and like build a friendship with him and work together recently. He's a top guy, man. Honestly, top guy. And Flav, I recently met him doing the podcast with James. He was more comedy, to be honest with you. I think they have a nice little duo there where James is more like the football like stat guy, and he's kind of like the vibes and the comedy. They're a good duo. I don't know if I would put them first. Because are they ever really in the same room? I feel like they do that over Zoom, which I feel like has to take off like -1 point off the bat. And B, while they are funny as hell, I can't lie, I don't think I could tune into them as regularly as a few of the other ones on this. Not because the two of them separately aren't great, but me personally, the podcast don't do it for me week in, week out. If it's a good topic on it that week, I'll click on it. But it's not one of those that I'm clicking on every single week. So I love the two of them individually, but as a podcast, I don't think I would put them as the best. They're up there, but I wouldn't put them at the best. So I'm gonna put it at decent. Stretford Paddock, before known as Full-Time Devils, they, for me, I don't know how long Aftv has been around about for, but I believe that was Full-Time Devils not before Aftv. I think Full-Time Devils is before it. Yeah, Andy Tate or whatever his name was, the original Andy Tate, not the new one. Obviously, Adam McCullough, Stephen Howson, give him Moisey to, what did he say? Give it Giggsy to end of the season. Bro, that shit used to be hilarious, bro. Now, obviously, they've kind of rebranded Adam and Stephen Howson have kind of taken over the channel. They bought it. They rebranded it as Stretford Paddock. I can't lie. Me personally, although I'm a fan of what they do, and I'm a Man United fan as well, I think they have kind of taken a step back in terms of the hierarchy of podcasts. I think AFTV has probably surpassed them in terms of popularity, in terms of what people are coming to watch them. And to be fair, it has to do as well too because people wanted to laugh at AFTV. I get that 100%. But you look at other United fan channels, maybe in terms of popularity, in terms of global outreach, they've kind of fell a bit below in the pecking order. I still think they're great, but I can't put them at the best anymore. I think a few years ago, they probably would have been at the best. These days, I would probably put them at decent. I'm gonna put them at decent. Stretford Paddock, we'll go decent. Pitchside. Guys, this is really what started the entire video. If you guys weren't here at the start, Cal Freezy came out and said, SDS is closer to Pitchside in terms of football knowledge than the club. I'll be real, guys. Nah, that ain't it, yo. Let me say this, all right? I get along super well with Tom. Let me give a bit of love to Tom right here. Let me show him some love. Tom is my dog, and I mean from day one, bro. The first video I think I ever uploaded on TikTok was me basically saying legends of the game who would struggle to reach their peak level that they did at their best in today's modern game. And I remember I got ripped to shreds for it, bro. Ripped to shreds, because I think I said Puyol, Inzaghi, and anyways. Tom basically stitched up my video, and this is Tom's original account that had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Bro, he ripped me to pieces saying, I think I found the worst video on TikTok. This shit stinks. I can't believe what you're saying. Blah, blah, blah. And everyone was tweeting at me, Tom just stitched you. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about, bro. Who the hell is Tom? I basically see his account. I'm like, damn. Bro, Remedy told me, he's like, bro, you don't want to get stitched up by Tom. And I was like, damn, he stitched me up. And Tom goes, don't take it too seriously, bro. And I messaged him. I said, bro, honestly, all good, man. I didn't take any offense to it. I thought it was jokes. Do your thing. And he's like, all right, good lad. When I came to the UK, one of the first people I ever met in person was Tom Garrett, bro. And the amount of love and help and support that guy has shown me, my TikTok, my career, bro, that's a real one, man. Tom is one of the realest dudes you will meet in this industry, man. Love him or hate him, because I know a lot of people hate him. He is as real as you can get. And that's without even talking about the football side of things. No bias here. No even it's my guys or whatever. In terms of being able to sit in front of a camera and basically just spit a solid soliloquy or argue with somebody with a straight face and not lose your composure and make solid points and win most of your arguments, for me, there's a top two in terms of football YouTube. I'd put Cam at the top, and I'd put Tom Garrett right next to him, bro. These guys just know how to sit in front of cameras and argue about football. They do it so well. So Tom, in my opinion, carries that podcast. I'm gonna be so real, guys. In terms of football knowledge, bro, that podcast would be turn it off if it wasn't for Tom. Mad love to Theo, mad love to Reeve, mad love to Lewis. They're all great guys. And I think they probably admit it themselves. That's one of the reasons why they got Tom full-time into their podcast. Individually and as a group, when it comes to actually speaking about football, their knowledge of the game and their ability to kind of speak about it in an entertaining way is great. But actually make coherent points without Tom is lacking, bro. Let's be honest. I think they tell you that themselves. Tom takes that podcast honestly to another level. And then alongside that, the relationship that he has with Lewis in terms of them going back and forth all the time, that shit is hilarious, bro. So Is it for me? No, I can't lie. I don't think I could listen to Pitchside like that. But I don't think I could do Turn It Off either. If I have to be completely, because Tom is on that podcast, just because Tom is on that podcast, carrying it knowledge-wise, I'm gonna put not for me. But I'm gonna be real, guys. If it wasn't for Tom, I think we're looking at a Turn It Off, bro. I'll be real. I'm gonna finish it off with this. The other reason I'm not gonna put Pitchside bottom is because they know what they are at the same time too, guys. Reeve doesn't take himself that seriously. Lewis don't take himself that seriously. Theo Baker don't take himself that seriously. They know they're on there for jokes and entertainment and just to entertain people. And that's why they have a massive audience. Love them or hate them, Pitchside get a lot of views. So, again, massive respect for the fact they just know what they are, man. If they were mad cocky and thought they were spitting and then giving wrong takes, that's a problem. That's where it's an issue. So DR football, I don't want to include FCM because FCM, we've made their own category for them/us. DR is going to be, we're going to talk about everything except for that. So all the shows that they do, Best of Enemies, the show that Expressions does with KG. I can't lie, guys. And yo, I might be kind of changing my tune here. I think DR has to go at elite, bro. And I say this, let me say why it has to be elite. I think it's elite because having seen the production levels that go into DR sports and how much time, effort, and money is put into making these shows, not just as entertaining in terms of knowledge, but entertainment in terms of like putting on a show for the audience, bro, I've been with a lot of other companies before in the past. DR does it in a certain way that I don't think anyone else really does, man. I think DR is elite. What Robbie has been able to do with that channel, everyone knew him for Arsenal, and kind of make a separate channel that is known for anything but that. Okay, obviously he brings in his bias every once in a while. Having so many different personalities, being so consistent with it, I think DR are elite, bro. I think DR are elite. Aftv, guys, I can't lie. A few years ago, I would have put out the best. Since Arsenal became good, it's not the best anymore, bro. It's so real, man. Arsenal becoming good, for me, ruined AFTV. They're too positive now, bro. Cecil is my dog. Honestly, Cecil, one of the realest people I've ever met. And he's helped change the image of that channel. Like, AFTV at one point, for me anyways, I thought they were hated by a large portion of the Arsenal fan base. But they've really rebranded well, got rid of a few problematic personalities, and really painted themselves now as an Arsenal-led channel. Like, they can proudly call themselves an Arsenal fan channel. Before, really, it was divisive. It might have been, people would accuse it of starting fights. You had people going on there. We won't talk about them. But I have to be real in terms of entertainment, which is like what I said. We watch these to be entertained. I can't put it at the best anymore, bro. I'll be real. AFTV these days is not for me. It's not for me anymore. I don't. Am I wrong to say that? Like, guys, if Arsenal don't lose a football game, are you going on AFTV? There was a time when Arsenal lost a football game. The first thing that we would all do is go to AFTV to see what Troops was saying. If I'm an Arsenal fan, maybe I put AFTV a little higher. But me personally, it's not for me. To be fair, guys, I think AFTV is better than Stretford Paddock, and I put Stretford Paddock decent. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. Production-wise as well for AFTV, it's the same production as DR. So I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna put AFTV because I don't think Stretford Paddock is better than AFTV. So I'll put them level. The overlap is tough to judge, guys. Like, how the hell do you even judge this against like YouTubers? Like, we go to Pitchside or FilthyFellas or DR for entertainment. The overlap, you're hoping to get a bit more analysis from Neville, from Jimmy Carragher. Roy Keane, you're not really getting like too much hard-hitting analysis in my opinion. I love the guy to bits, but it's true. I don't think I could put the overlap on Turn It Off, guys, because I can't lie. When the overlap has banging clips, bro, we're all watching it. And when Roy Keane is on there, bro, the show is class, I can't lie. To be fair, there's a lot of YouTubers that go onto it. I think the overlap has to probably be in the best, bro. I'll be real. I think I'm gonna put it at elite. I can't lie. I'm gonna put it at elite for now. Cause bro, when they upload, we're all watching it. Let's be absolutely honest here. We are watching when they upload. SDS. They're alright, you know, like they're okay. They waffle a lot. Not for me, really, I agree. But SDS is the best. Let me tell you why SDS is the best. Love us or hate us, we have the most versatility, in my opinion, of every single one of the podcasts on this table. It's a fact. Look at the cast of characters that SDS has. Do you want jokes? We got Fwizzy, bro. You remember when Iron Man said we have a Hulk? We got a Fwizzy, bro, when it comes to jokes. You can't beat the guy. If you want a different kind of humor, we got Liban. If you want just straight agenda talk, just a guy coming on and being as blatantly loud and passionate about what he believes, and he's gonna put it on Twitter later, you got FilthyFellas. He's gonna come on and give you some crazy soliloquy about why Antonio Rudiger is the best center back of the last 10 years. You want football knowledge? You got Abs Busquets. For me, one of the best up-and-coming creators, one of the best guys in terms of being able to stare at a camera and give a really good, profound soliloquy in the game, in my opinion. You got Fouad. Again, love him or hate him, the guy's 50 years old. He's watched more football than me and you combined. And he knows what he's talking about. He might have his little agenda here and there, but Fouad knows what he's talking about. Hey, if you want the face tax, you got Sharky. Hey, we got Sharky, bro. You see the TikToks they be making about Sharky. Come on, bro. We got the looks too. If you want diversity, brother, I got 6 different nationalities to choose from, bro. I'm not gonna speak about me. My body of work speaks for itself. I'm gonna speak about the rest of our cast members. We have really everything, bro. So if you don't care about ball knowledge, if you want to come just have a laugh, bro, SDS every single video is jokes, bro. Let's be real. If you want to have a good footballing discussion, again, not saying that any of us are all about crazy ball knowledge. I'm not trying to pretend I'm some guru here, but with all due respect, and I mean this as humbly as I can say it, a table with me, Fouad, Faisal, and Sharky is more knowledgeable, in my opinion, on the beautiful game than what most of these podcasts can cook up. That's my humble, honest opinion. Abs as well, too, can slide into that table. We have what? How many members do we have? Me, Sharky, Faisal, Fouad, Abs, Ilyas, Liban, Fouizi, Star Player, Rin. Am I missing anybody? We have Hasib, of course, producer, Mersel. And when you talk about the guests we have, the guys who are doing this damn show, we had Rory Jennings, bro. We had James Alcott. We have all these guys on our show as well, too. So when it comes, Sean, of course, too. Hold up. That's so disrespectful of me. The OG, Sugar Sean. I'm so sorry. That was disrespectful. I can't believe I forgot Sean. Guys, Umir, we had him on the podcast. So when it comes to diversity, when it comes to being able to put out a different table every single week, and every single week you're getting a different kind of content and different voices and different opinions, who can match up with us, bro, in terms of the podcast on this list? Look, man, I have a very good team, and I think we have a very good manager. I don't want to be arrogant in what I say, but I am not one of the bottle. I think I am a special one. I think I'm a special one. SDS Nation, we're first, bro. We're the best. You guys agree with me or am I being biased? Peter Crouch's podcast, I don't think I've ever listened to it before in my life. Again, big respect to all these guys. Statman Dave, I'll be real, bro. Some of his tweets be pissing me off, bro. I'll be so real. I'm sure he's a great guy, but some of his tweets be doing my head in, man. The worst thing for me, like the thing I hate the most on Twitter more than anything, is when people try and fucking gaslight me, bro. I know what my own 2 eyes are telling me. So when I have this bastard Statman Dave tweeting Scott McTominay, 10 duels tackled, 8 out of 10 passes completed, 2 shots on target everywhere today. After watching him put in the worst performance I've ever seen from a central midfielder in my life, brother, I want to smash my phone against the wall. So just because of that, hey, Peter Crouch's podcast, no disrespect, you're going on Turn It Off, bro. I'll be real. Nothing in my life pisses me off than seeing a Statman Dave tweet about some bullshit like that, bro. I got 2 working eyes, man. I'm gonna put Barra Brothers because I can't lie, right? We have to be honest here. They're up against some big hitters. But in terms of potential and in terms of like what they could do, in terms of funniest people I've met, bro, Hussein is one of the funniest dudes I have ever fucking met. That guy's ability to just flip some random football story into like the funniest shit you've ever heard in your life, top class. Jad, really good host. I think he runs that shit very well. It always goes smooth. I think the 2 of them, obviously, they have this natural chemistry. They've been friends for not as long as you'd think, to be honest with you. Like, you'd think like they're like brothers or like childhood best friends. Like, I think if I remember correctly, them telling me they've only met just recently. But nah, bro, the 2 of them together, they have a great chemistry. They bring on some great guests. Specifically the Algerian guy from New York. That one was a really good episode, to be honest with you. Nah, but they bring out some good guests. They've had Tom on before. Faisal's been on before. And in terms of as well, different content, right? Like they don't, again, they're another one. They don't take themselves seriously. They don't think that like they're these all-knowing ball connoisseurs. They just want to have a good time, bring vibes. Their clips on shorts are tremendous. And more importantly than not, they're driven. So I would put them pretty highly, to be honest with you. I don't think I could put them over Aftv, Stretford Paddock, and James and Flav just because, like, I don't know, like those guys are established. But at the moment, I would put them decent. I think that's fair, right, guys? Decent, but with the potential to go much, much higher. The kickoff, I'll be real, bro. The kickoff, you guys ever seen that meme where it's like, I think he was talking about Antonio Brown, and he goes, I've never seen a dude go from a great dude to a guy I couldn't even recognize anymore. That's the kickoff, bro. True Jordy and the kickoff, bro. If this was a few years ago, it would have been first. I truly believe that. The production value, and yeah, I would say the production value more than anything. And with Hugh Wizzy for me is one of the the original guys I used to watch. Such an interesting footballing mind. But bro, the show was just class, man. Honestly, that was the show that you went to after the game, in my opinion. But obviously a lot of stuff has happened. I think Hugh Wizzy leaving the kickoff was massive, bro. Like, I think honestly the in terms of the footballing conversations those guys had, I think it drastically went down when he left. And then obviously, since all of these other guys have left now too, Adam, Bouvy, Rory, Lawrence McKenna, since all of them have left and been replaced with good people in their own right, but I think the show's quality has massively fell down. And honestly, bro, I'm not watching the kickoff anymore. I can't lie. Am I putting it on turn it off or not for me? Bro, the kickoff used to be elite. I think I'm turning it off, bro. I'm trying to be like not biased here as well either, because obviously like there's other reasons not to like that show anymore. But in terms of just purely entertainment, like it doesn't do it for me anymore, man. Honestly, the way that the kickoff fell off is it has to be studied in universities, honestly, man. Yeah, it used to get 500,000 views per video. Bro, the kickoff used to go crazy. High Performance Podcast is, what's his name? Jake Humphrey, right? No disrespect. That brother is stale. They're going on Turn It Off. Awful. Oh, Ben Foster. Ben Foster at the beginning, when he first kind of broke through, was like, oh, it was like a breath of fresh air. The first footballer really that was kind of giving you insight into like the life of a footballer. But I'll be real, it lost the interest pretty quickly for me. I'll be real. I don't be watching it anymore. Ben Foster is entertaining to an extent. Yeah, the novelty, that's the word. The novelty wore off. Ben Foster is funny enough, but he's not really giving you like ground. Like he'll give you the odd good story, right? But for the most part, isn't giving you groundbreaking analysis or like when you have a professional footballer on, you want him on for one of two reasons. Either he's going to give you stories about his career, like Kevin Prince Boateng did that one time, or he's going to break down the game for you in only a way that a professional could. Like the reason you get a professional on and not a regular person is because they've played the game and they can break it down for you. Like Ashley Cole, I remember Sky got him on one time and he perfectly broke down the mechanics of how a left back should defend his winger. That's what I want to hear when Ashley Cole comes onto a podcast. Ben Foster, I'll be real, man. Like, UI, man. Where are we putting the club? I like all three of them. I know them all personally. I'm not going to say the best because, to be honest with you, I feel like all three of them, right, are like very fan channel-y in terms of like they ride out for their club. And I have no problem with that. If that's for you, if you want to see somebody, like United fans don't like me, for example, because I'm going to come on to any podcast I'm on, and I'm going to analyze United as a football fan, not as a Man United fan. Well, that's actually not true, to be fair, because I'm overly critical about them. In fact, I get too emotional about United. But the point is, I don't put my United bias specs on when I talk about United. When you listen to Adam talk about United, he's going to write out for Man United. When you hear Rory talk about Chelsea, he's going to write out for Chelsea. When you hear Bouvy talk about City, he's going to write out for City. And the thing is, when it then becomes time to talk about like other teams and other players, I think sometimes they let their biases come into play and it affects the quality of the analysis. So that's why I wouldn't put it at the best. They might be elite, to be honest with you, though. Because all three of them, in terms of like quality creators, they're up there, bro. They're up there. Adam is one of the best Man United creators. Bouvy, to be fair, there's not that many City creators, but he's up there. And Rory, like when you think of like, bro, who are the first content creators that you think of when it comes to that club? They are in probably the top 3 to 5 of all their clubs. It's tough, man. Because I think they're better than all these decent channels, in my opinion. But I don't think they're better than DR Sports. I might have to bring some of these decent ones to not for me. Because then I can put the club at decent and not feel bad that they're on the same as guys that I think are better. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put James and Flav at not for me. I'm going to put the club at decent. It is harsh to James and Flav, I agree. I think I'm going to put Aftv down, bro. I'll be real. I don't be watching AFT like that anymore. Yeah, I'm going to put it like this. Let's go United Stand. United Stand, I think, has eclipsed Stretford Paddock. I prefer the people on Stretford Paddock more, I think. Well, to be fair, it's not fair to say because I don't know the people on United Stand like that. I've never really spoken to any of them like that. But I think United Stand has eclipsed them. All right, I think that's a fair statement to make. Yeah, it did fall off since Flex came. I really liked when Flex was on there. United View I like a lot. But I don't think I could be genuine in saying, you think it's pretty unwatchable coming from United fan? Interesting. I'm only going off what the tier list is. The ripple effect would be probably elite or the best for me. I don't think I can put United Stand on Turn It Off. I don't think I can. I don't like as well either that United Stand has almost become like a reporting page now. And I feel like they work too much with the club and it affects their bias too. I'm going to go United Stand now for me. I'll be real, the fan channel for me thing really ain't... I don't like going on the channels and hearing like purely one club stuff. I've told Cam this millions of times. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I like nuanced football discussion about numerous clubs, numerous players. One club stuff, it's not really for me, bro. It's not really for me. Big Six? Big Six are elite. I think Big Six are elite. I think Big Six are definitely elite. I've been on there twice, I think. I like everyone on there. Turkish is I really respect what he's doing over there, what he's built. I think that the cast that they have, Tobes, amazing dude, like knows his stuff, passionate guy. Who else is on the Big Six? Matisse. Again, when you talk about like the best content creators for each respective club, they pretty much have it. The chemistry is really good. They've gone and done IRL content as well too. The jokes are hilarious. Skullfuggery is elite. But I'm going to put Big Six at elite. And then FCM. FCM, I can't lie. I'm going to put it at not for me, bro. I'll be real. I'm going to put it not for me. Because I think, look, they got a really good Chelsea rep on there. Fuad is jokes, as you guys all know. The producer, exceptionally handsome, very knowledgeable, on point with his super chats. But that Man United fan, bro, I'll be real, man. He just don't do it for me. Yeah, he just don't do it for me, man, honestly. Nah, man, FCM are the best, bro. Come on, bro. FCM and SDS, we sit at the top. FCM, right? Like, I think FCM manages to combine actual football discourse, like top analysis. I truly believe that. No bias here. With comedy and jokes and vibes, I think they managed to find the blend the best. I say they. I'm part of the show. So we managed to find the blend the best. I think SDS, the one criticism you could make is sometimes you're either going to get a podcast that's super informational, super analytical, but not as much vibes in that one. Or sometimes it's like, damn, bro, all these guys are just waffling. FCM, we managed to put out a great, healthy balance between the two of them consistently. So I think I'm going to put FCM first. I mean, bro, Court that was elite. That's the best level content.